probably wondering how I got like this. The reason there's a screwdriver jammed in the turbo is this turbo, you can see, it's done. It's completely done. Hi. Shoot.
What do we have here?
Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay, so long story short, we decided, me and the girlfriend decided that we were going to take the old Jeep here because it's been so dependable. Foreshadowing. We were going to take it to Lawton, which is about 4 hours from my house. Anyway, Jeeps run like the tops, never missed a beat. It's been great. Well, we stopped, put E85 or put some 91 in it, and it was running great. Didn't have no problems. Get back on the interstate, and it sounded like the motor shut off because the turbo was spooled down. That's kind of weird. Well, the turbo just died. It just died. So if you guys look here, the turbocharger has began eating itself, and I'll give you a little demonstration here. It's not in the best condition. So what we're gonna do, I already, which I'll show you down here, there's no charge pipe. I already disconnected it because in the off chance that it yeets the compressor wheel through the compressor housing and into the charge piping, I didn't want the little metal flakes making their way into the engine. So now, because the turbo just continues to not cooperate and just keeps getting worse and worse, it's starting to sound like you ran over a quarter with the vacuum cleaner. If you guys know that sound, it's pretty bad. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna leave the oil and the drain hooked up. We're gonna leave the turbo bolted onto the up pipe. Everything's gonna remain the same, except I'm going to vice grip or clamp or whatever. I'll stick a screwdriver in there. I don't care. We're gonna pull the charge pipe off of here, and I'm gonna let it run all motor, just like a normal engine would run, and the turbo shouldn't be spinning, so it can't hurt itself anymore. Alright, and that will work fine. This can go. Okay guys, here's where we're at. So there's a screwdriver in my turbo. I'm gonna go ahead and zip tie it so it can't flop around. Should be fine. And then I disconnected the charge pipe right there. I was gonna pull it here, but I don't want this flopping, and this will be a vacuum leak, so we're just gonna leave it the way it is. So that will be fine. That'll suck air. The map sensor will do its thing. Everything will work like it's supposed to. So we should be good. Not saying we will be good, but we should be good. It works in theory. It's one of those things.
We should have listened.
No, I'm not listening to her no more. She left us stranded. Rosie did it. So we got the screwdriver jammed in here, and zip tied a bunch of different directions. I'm going to zip tie it to try to hold it back like towards the compressor housing,
Okay.
so that it doesn't want to fly out. I'm hoping this is the answer to our problems, because if not, we're in a pickle. Because we're in Henrietta, and this is where the blue car blew up, so I don't want to be here. It's zip tied. I'm not even fooling with cutting the excess off. Judge me. Gas station. Didn't have to pee, but I got to pee now. Should we two-step it? screwdriver jammed in there and put some zip ties on it, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 of them. And I've got it pulled down at an angle and then pulled back towards the compressor housing. So hopefully my screwdriver doesn't go flying out. I don't want to lose my screwdriver, but also don't want the turbo to start spinning. So we're doing 62 and a 75 currently. I'm in no hurry to get home. And I'm going to order one of the cheapest eBay turbos I can get my hands on, because apparently spending 600 on a ball bearing billet wheel turbo is just not the route. So we're going to try to keep it under 200. We're going to see how it goes, but I got to get a turbo ordered, probably do that tonight. Not too thrilled about it, but it's part of doing what we do. Intake air temp is significantly higher with the intercooler knob. It was 50, now it's 90. Intercooler makes a difference, even though it's a little thin Chinese intercooler.
Yeah, there's a perfect science. Screwdriver for the win, huh?
Y'all, I can't believe this worked, but it worked.
I had to laugh at it. I mean, I was like, gotta laugh, right? There's not
much
any
else
reason
you
in being upset, but it worked. It's in the same exact spot.
Yeah. If you guys want to sponsor me, feel free. Those zip ties got me home. So, as I said before, we disconnected the charge pipe. So we were just sucking air in like a naturally aspirated motor normally would. And charge pops off the turbo and off the intercooler, and we crammed the old screwdriver in there and zip tied the crap out of it so it didn't move, and I took it easy. We did about 70.
How many miles do you think that was?
Oh shoot, probably is 160 170 miles we made it, I'd say. Yeah, it was a good drive. It was a hour and a half, 2 hour drive, because we were driving pretty slow for the most part. But it did great. I had to put 91 in it. I think me messing with this Cummins truck last night and launching it, I don't know. I'm not saying that that's what finished it off, but that's probably what finished it off. We were pretty rowdy with it last night, and I think I'm firing it like 5 or 6 degrees after top dead center on the launch control. So all the combustion is taking place in that turbine housing. So we've not been nice to it, and I mean, these things happen. I'm gonna see if I can find another, either a 3582 or another 3584. I wanted to buy a cartridge, but the cartridge is $200 and I can buy a whole turbo for $200, so that's kind of stupid. It is a ball bearing, but it's a Chinese ball bearing, so that's like Hey Dudes versus the Hey You Guys from Walmart. It's all a preference, I guess.
Hey, those were good shoes though.
They're still good shoes. They're in my backpack. Anyway, we're gonna see if we can find a turbo. I'm hoping to get my hands on one local. There's a few that are kind of local, so we might be taking a road trip tonight to buy a turbo. I don't know yet, but I gotta poop, so I'll be back. So I'm going to verify that we have oil pressure, and the turbo didn't die due to lack of lubrication. So we're gonna go ahead and take this dude off. And yes, it's loose. I already cracked it loose. And we're going to just verify we got oil going to it before I go getting another turbo. Well, there's oil on that. That's a good sign. So I'm going to crank it. I'm going to go ahead and hold the pedal down so the injectors don't fire, so it shouldn't try to start. Will you grab my wrenches?
Oh yeah.
Forgot about that. We're going to see if we got oil. We'll know pretty quick. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
You can see it all
We're getting a lot of oil. Okay, so we have oil. Everything's good on that. So the turbo was lubricated. I think just my sick, nasty launch control just killed it off, which these are made in sweatshops, so I don't expect them to last too long. When we're doing the turbo, when we change the turbo out, probably be a good idea to go ahead and just install the catch can, because this thing does have a fair amount of blow-by. I don't know if that's...
It's all over the...
Yeah,
it's clean now, but
right. Yeah, you can see on this charge pipe right here.
Yeah, it's all.
It's just the oil vapors, which wouldn't be as bad if there was a hood on it, but we'll get there.
Goodness gracious!
It's in good shape. I wouldn't. It's so bad. Compressor housing did not survive.
Good.
which I kind of expected. Damn Chinese ball bearing just died, is what happened. Just killed the bearing. I could probably rebuild this. Problem is, the rebuild kit's $200. Yeah, that's what the drain gasket was made out of Reese's Puffs cereal box. It made it. It never leaked.
It's too funny.
I'm just living my best life, guys. That's all I'm doing. I went and got another Chinese turbo because I don't have any funds for precision turbo. So you guys keep subscribing. We're gonna get there. But this is a GT3582. The old one was a GT3584. I'm not a turbo expert, but from what I understand, the 84 is on the compressor side, so there's a little more volume of air, so it can support a little more power. So we are going to go to a slightly smaller size turbo. However, the exhaust side should be relatively close. I'm hoping it works. The plan is to take this cartridge out of this exhaust housing and bolt it into the old exhaust housing and see what happens. So we're gonna find out. Hello friends. I wish I had good news, but I don't. So the idea that I had, it ain't working, okay? So the plan was to buy this turbo, which as you can see, I already did that part. I was gonna unbolt the cartridge, pull it out of this turbine housing. This is a 63 AR housing. And I was going to stick this into that housing over there. However, it's not going to work because even though this is an 82 AR housing and that's the 63 AR housing, the inducer side of that turbine wheel is larger than the inducer side. It's too big. Ain't gonna work, plain and simple. So it's hitting basically on the lip where it's supposed to ride. It's not going to go in all the way. I had a few not good ideas on how to make it work. Nothing I would recommend anyone to ever in their life attempt to do, so I decided against it. I could probably clearance this housing, make it work, but I don't want to do that because I've been messaging the people I bought the turbo from and they asked me for a bunch of pictures, so I'm hoping maybe we can get some kind of warranty thing going on. It's US turbo systems, but they're from China. They're Chinese turbos. So I don't know. We're gonna see. Maybe they'll warranty it. Maybe they'll send me one for $100. I don't know, but I'm hoping I can get a hold of what I need to go into here, and then we don't have to weld another gate on the housing because that's a lot of work, and I don't want to. I just don't want to. But that's the plan. So we're kind of at the mercy of whether they want to warranty it or do I want to spend $140 on another eBay turbo and then have to put another wastegate on the housing. So we're gonna hang it up for a little bit. I'll go ahead and get this uploaded so you guys are up to speed on what's going on with the Jeep. And we got two vehicles with blown up turbos at the moment. The old Cummins truck needs a turbo and this needs a turbo, and it's not looking great, but sucks.